I was thumbing through Montgomery, had a guitar on my back, when a stranger pulled up beside me in a big black Cadillac. He was dressed like 1950s. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's old school. What you know about that? What you know, Guardo? Yeah. Hey, these are the what if videos. What might happen, what may never happen. And in this one, we were doing one of the people that were typing in there and leaving comments had mentioned they would like to see John Jones step up into the heavyweight division, and that they thought maybe Junior Dos Santos would be a great indoctrination into the heavyweight division, a great fighter to fight in that. And I thought, yeah, why don't I look at that? Why don't I check it out? And then as I was starting to check it out, I realized, wait a second. This is the same John Jones that just got popped for DWI. He was 2 times over the legal limit. He had fired off a weapon, shot a handgun inside city limits. He multiple offenses there, and it's kind of like, can John Jones even get past himself in order to be able to fight again? It seems like to be a continuing thing with him. People can't beat him. They don't beat him. He beats himself. Any time he's ever missed because of fights has been because something he has done. He's almost lost fights because of late knees, illegal knees to people. He lost multiple points on that. The 12-6 elbows, which, kind of gave him a loss there. And his only loss, he's 25-1, won no contest. The multiple drug violations that he's done, and I know the cocaine one, whatever. It was still in his system, meaning he had done it roughly about 24 hours prior to the fight. Who knows, or 24 hours prior to the test, because that stuff gets in and out of your system real quick. The steroids that he got popped for in the Cormier fight. So you start looking at all these things, and it's just like he has all these amazing qualities and skills. He's probably the most all-around fighter in the game. Striking, submissions, grappling. He's got the full package. He's 6'4" and a crazy reach. And he can do things athletically that most people can't do. He got them good genes. His mama passed him down some good stuff, man. I mean, that whole family is athletes, right? And, when you look at that, he's so deadly with his strikes. His elbows are lethal. I mean, he moves your face. It changes. So he has all this massive amount of ability. And then he turns around and he fights down to his opponents. He arguably, you could make a case that he lost the Dominic Reyes fight that he was just in. Now, was he losing it at the end? Absolutely not. If that fight went another round, I think he knocks out Dominic Reyes. But it wasn't a 6-round fight. It was a 5-round fight. And I think the first 3 rounds could have all went to Reyes. 2 of them definitely. One of them could have been a toss-up. So it could have been a draw. Or going to Reyes. So I don't think Jones won the fight. He was winning at the end, though. So if you wanted to weigh it in like some of the other MMA fight organizations and stuff where they weigh the final round heavier than, say, the first round, then maybe he would win it. And let me say again, I definitely think had that fight went a minute longer, he wins. And that could have been by knockout or it could have been by submission because Reyes was gassed. He was done. Okay, so getting that out of the way, let's get back over. Again, like we said, we're going to look over Junior Dos Santos, 36 years old, 21-7 in his fights, 15 knockouts, 5 times he's been knocked out. He's only had 1 submission. For being a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He only has one submission. Tells you he's very big on striking. He's very hard to take down. He has he is the litmus test. He's beaten 5 world heavyweight champions. He's beaten 5 champions. Okay? His battles with Velasquez are crazy. You know, he beat Stipe Miocic. He beat Stipe, you know, back in 2014. But he still beat him. You know, beat Frank Mir. He beat Shane Carwin. You know, was it Verdum? Might have been Verdum. You know, I mean, he beat a lot of top guys. So, I mean, this is the litmus. And he's 36 and apparently on a health kick now because he's down to 238 from 246. Changed it and doing a keto diet or whatever. Someone probably say I need to do. Not funny, man. Guardo, quit laughing. Man. Anyway, so we go in there. And we look at but he has lost his last 2 fights. That was to Ngannou and then Benny Blade, or Curtis Blades. Why do I want to call him Benny Blades? I like the double B's. The alliterations, always a good thing. Anyway, with those 2 fighters there. So either he knocks you out, basically, or you knock him out. He hasn't had a submission since his 2nd fight. He got submitted in his 6th fight. Yeah. So, you do the math on all that. He's had 27 fights. 28 fights, actually. And he's in his prime. He's ranked in the top 5. Could be 4, could be 5. However he is. I think he's a perfect guy for Jon Jones to come in for. Same height. He's got a crazy amount of power. Really throws... his striking is very good. Striking. Not his defense for fighting. You know, he tends to hold his left way too low. And he relies on that lead uppercut way too much. If it lands, it's devastating. But again, he leans on that way too much there. He does very good in clinches. He delivers a lot of knees. He can brawl in there. But really, he's a stand-up fighter. With the ability, if it went to the ground, if you can get him to the ground, you know, that's another thing. You know, Velasquez struggled with that, and come on, you know what I'm saying? So we look at, you know, he's, again, a solid heavyweight as it gets. But, you know, he's that interim champ. You know, he wins the interim title a lot, you know. He's that guy. He's not the one that's going to hold the main title for a reign or something like that. It seems like there's always someone that comes in and can take him out. Now, he did have a problem with his meniscus. I believe it was his meniscus. And he had to have surgery on that for his knee. He did have an infection in his leg before I believe it was the Ngannou fight or the Blades fight. One of those. He had an actual infection in his leg. And all those things kind of take away from your training. Maybe he's changed it up a little bit, but we'll see. But that left hand being as low as it is against a striker like Jon Jones, when we look at Jon Jones, and we talked about him already, you know, I mean, I think that would be a fight that Jon Jones would win. And I would love to see Jones then maybe go up against Cormier at heavyweight. Not a drained Cormier at light heavyweight at 205, but a full Cormier. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know, that 230, 235 Cormier. You know, who's happy. And anyway, that's what I think. What do you think about this fight? Who do you think would win? Why do you think they would win? Please leave it in the comments below. And as always, you can comment, you can rate, and please subscribe if you want to. Eduardo wants you to. He does. He's been in my corner way too long, and so have a lot of you, and I thank you for that. All right. Well, anyway, if you have any other things you want to see me put up, any other vids, any more what ifs kind of thing, we'll go with that. All right. Anyway, this has been the Big Ragu and Eduardo. Route.